Hello class, today we're going to go ahead and review a little bit. We want to go ahead and find the derivative given that we have a natural logarithm. So what we know here is that a derivative of a natural log, if the function is given to you in this form, interesting, f of x is given to you as a natural log of x, the derivative tells us that I go ahead and get whatever is inside the parentheses right here and I set it under 1. Given this, if by any chance you have something that will require the chain rule, like this example right here, you would go ahead and multiply by whatever that function's derivative is over 1. So let's go ahead and begin and practice this problem right here. This will require you to know the basic property of a log and a product rule. So the first thing that I want to go ahead and do is find the derivative right here. So I do have that this will give me, if I go ahead and find f prime, this will give me 1 over all of this right here. So it's going to be x and the square root of x squared minus 1. Ooh, this is going to be nice. Okay, now this right here is telling me that I'm going to go ahead and find the derivative of this function right here, this function g. Well, if you can go ahead and notice that this right here, this is a function x, and this right here is another function that I'm going to go ahead and call g. I'm going to go ahead and find the derivative of these two functions that are being multiplied. So I'm going to go ahead and multiply by x square root of x squared minus 1 plus the derivative x square root of x squared minus 1. I haven't derived anything yet, but the product rule tells me that I'm going to go ahead and derive the f function and then the g function. Okay, so if I go ahead and derive this x right here, I'm going to go ahead and see that the derivative of x is just 1. So let me go ahead and write that right here. So it's going to be the derivative of this right here is just 1, and this stays the same. Square root of x squared minus 1 plus the derivative of this function right here. So x is going to stay the same, but this right here, we are going to go ahead and rewrite it to make it a little easier on ourselves, and that's the same thing as saying x squared minus 1 to the 1/2. And I can go ahead and derive that. That's going to use the power rule, so that's going to be bringing this exponent to the front and then subtracting 1. So that should give me 1/2. The insides stay the same, x squared minus 1, and then by subtracting this 1 right here, I get negative 1/2. Then I can go ahead and see that I'm not done yet. I still need to go ahead and derive the inside right here, and I can see that the derivative of x squared minus 1 is just 2x. So let me go ahead and clean this up a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and start rewriting all my square roots as the exponent of 1/2. So this should be x squared minus 1, and this square root is the exponent of 1/2, plus, let's go ahead and look at this combination of like terms. So this is x, this is 2x. So in reality, I have 2x squared, and this right here is 1/2, so this is going to get divided by 2, and then all of this right here says that I'm going to go ahead and have a square root, but my exponent is negative, so therefore my square root is going to be in the denominator. Everything the same, x squared minus 1. So remember, this right here is my function g prime, so that's going to get multiplied times this one right here, because this is all over 1. So let me go ahead and clean this up a little bit. So I have the original function, this right here, which I'm going to go ahead and move a little bit here, a little bit lower. And I have 1 over x squared minus 1 1/2. Sorry, I just rewrote everything and I'm really struggling right here to get this. Okay, so I pretty much rewrote this right here, and I'm about to multiply it by this. So let's do that. So this gets multiplied by this right here. So my entire numerator gets multiplied by x squared minus 1 to the 1/2 plus 2x squared to square root of x squared minus 1. Awesome. So if we rewrite this and we combine the like terms, because it's going to be 1 times this and this times 1, I can go ahead and see that my new numerator is going to be this right here, x squared minus 1 to the 1/2 plus 2x squared over 2 square root of x squared minus 1 divided by x squared minus 1 to the 1/2. This will be my entire derivative. But what I'm going to go ahead and see is that I can go ahead and simplify, but I believe this should be good enough for us. I do see that I can go ahead and simplify this 2 and this 2. That would go ahead and simplify to 1, so this should just be this right here. And that should be your solution. This should be, oops, this should be our derivative without simplifying a little bit more. I do believe you can go ahead and simplify some more, but I would leave it as that. Thank you.